Wow. That has to be a good sign. What is it? Straight up aliens. Here we go, baby. Wow, that's amazing. Is it a space shuttle? Like, what is it? It's so sick. Good morning, family, friends, fishermen. Simple Yak here, and today we're doing just that. We're keeping it simple. I just launched my kayak out of Kings Harbor in Redondo Beach. We're going to troll a bounce ball rig along the sandy bottoms till we get to the kelp and pick away so we can't find some bass. So stick with me. I'll show you what I use, how I use it, and if we're having the results. Now, let's roll the intro. Cowabunga, baby! Woo! Yes! Woo! Giant. It's a giant. Woo! Alright guys, it's shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful morning. It is January 24th, 2025. It's already been eventful. We've seen SpaceX rocket shoot across the sky. I'll throw a picture or two up of that. We saw dolphins and sea lions chasing anchovies right outside the harbor. So it's been a beautiful morning. Thought we'd take a minute to go over our conditions and what we can expect for the day. Now this is something you should be looking up the night before you go out so you have an idea of what to take and what to expect for the day ahead. I use a website called tides4fishing.com, the number 4, and it's got a big collection of information we can use to better prepare ourselves for the journey ahead. I'll throw up a screen recording of it here and we'll go over together. So I pulled up the website, make sure you're on the right day. It kind of has a general gathering of info like the wind currently, the temperature currently, has other stuff like pressure. It says it's stable for us right now, looking good. UV index, so how much sunscreen we need, how much sun exposure we're going to get. It's looking to be low, so we had to put on our sunscreen, don't have to worry about reapplying. Water temperature is 55 degrees, air is 56, so pretty similar. I don't pay too much attention to that. What I do pay attention to is swell and tide. So swell and wave period, we want that wave period to be a nice big high number. So that kind of means, you know, we have more time in between different wave swells, different sets, so that means it's going to be more glassy. If that number was 1 or 2, you'd feel one wave. 1 or 2 seconds later, you'd feel another wave. So that's going to be really choppy, really choppy. Since it's 12, you feel one wave. 12 seconds later, you feel the next one. So it's going to be nice and easy, nice and glassy for us. And then last but not least, very important, is tide. But let's see, swell. It's looking like for 7, 8, 9, 10 a.m. it's all going to be double digits and high, so it's going to be like glass for us today. And then we are at our tide here. It was high tide when I launched at 5:30, and when we get to the kelp, it looks like it's going to be falling tide and pretty much low tide when we're done. And since it is low tide, it's going to be, you know, a little more difficult to keep our lures where we want them. We have to be more mindful. We're going to have less space to move around in because, you know, high tide, lots of water, the kelp can stand straight up. As that tide goes down, the kelp starts to curl over itself and form these mats on top, so we have to really pay attention of where our lure is and what it's doing. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun day. It's looking absolutely gorgeous out. I'm gonna start throwing a bounce ball rig down in a second. I'll show you how I use that and what I use. Thanks for being here with Simple Yak, and I'll be back to you with some trolling. Alright everyone, I thought I'd take this time to go over my trolling rig and what I use, how I use it. So here I have my Penn Fathom 40 narrow lever drag reel spooled with 80-pound braid to 60-pound mono top shot. That reel is paired to the Proteus boat 7.6 extra heavy fast rod. It's my dad's tuner rod, but it gets the job done bounce balling here. On that 60-pound mono, I have a slider sinker that allows us to kind of change out the weight as we go. I have 1 pound of weight on there, that's 16 ounces, to a 30-pound, or to a big barrel swivel. That barrel swivel is connected with 30-pound mono, about 2 or 3 foot, to a 3.0 Dodger. That Dodger is going to provide some flash and action on our hoochie squid. Off of the Dodger, we have about a foot and a half of a 30-pound mono to a 5-inch purple haze hoochie squid, number 30 octopus hook on the front, snelled, and a number 4 owner stinger treble hook off the back. It's kind of a trap rig type of a deal, but with a plastic hoochie instead of any bait. So what we're gonna do before we drop anything down is get this rig alongside our boat here and make sure the action's exactly how we want it. I like my lure to have lots of action on it, so I make the leader from the Dodger to the hoochie very short, about a foot and a half. If you want less action, make that longer. If you want even more action, make it shorter. So it's looking good to me. We're in about 25 foot of water, going about 2 miles an hour. So we're gonna just start slowly letting the line out here. We wanna let the line out slowly so the rig isn't tangling as we go. Because when we get down there, all we're doing is dragging it and letting the rig do the work for us. So there's bottom. We can feel it, and we're gonna do exactly what the rig says. It's a bounce ball rig, so what are we gonna do? We're gonna bounce it every minute or two to make sure that we're still there on the bottom where the halibut like to hang out. We're gonna bounce it and make sure we can feel the bottom there. So we can feel bottom. I like to have a crank or two off of the bottom so we're not completely dragging. We're not gonna snag on any errant kelp or structure, but we're gonna still be right there in the strike zone. So we're just gonna modulate our speed and how much line we have out to maintain a nice little bottom contact here. And every minute or so, we're gonna lift up and then let it fall back down and feel that thud. All right, we're still on the bottom. If we're gonna start to increase our speed a little bit, we might have to let out a little bit more line to make sure we're on the bottom. If we start going slower, we're gonna have to start reeling in some line to make sure we're not dragging on the bottom. So that's just kind of the gist of it. And we just let the rig and the lure do its thing. Again, we're looking for halibut, we're looking for bottom fish. I've caught octopus, crab, bonito, mackerel, halibut, all with this rig. Lots of lizard fish back in the winter or summertime, but since it's winter now, the lizard fish have kind of moved out of the area and they're kind of nasty and slimy and annoying to have to get off the hook and reset your rig. So we're just gonna troll this along our sandy bottoms until we get to the beach club right here. So we've only got about 10-15 minutes of this. Thought I'd show it to you. Anyways, thanks for being here with Simple Yak. Hope you're learning and laughing along the way. I'll throw up some highlights of any fish I've caught on the troll. And yeah, I'll be back with you soon to go over some lure fishing in the kelp, see if we can't find some bass. So thanks for being here. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you in a second. GoPro, start recording. It is the sand bass. All right, freaking tiny little guy. This just in, I didn't know that we were gonna have sand bass taken off of the list of stuff we can get, so. Lame. Tiny little guy. Let's go get another one. And that was first cast, by the way. Alright, so what we're using here is a little PLine Lazer Minnow. I think that's 3/4 ounce, just anchovy size. This is my Tranx 201 HG left-handed reel here to a Johnny Morris CarbonLite. It's a 7.9 heavy, moderate fast, rated 1 to 4 ounces. And we're here amongst Malaga Cove in the kelp. And what we're doing is just tossing it out and working this along the bottom. And it looks like we got a lot of stuff stirred up and a little room to work with here. So we're just gonna cast it out, let it sink a little bit. It's on a slow retrieve. I'm gonna let the lure do the work. We're gonna burn it and then let it go again. And that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna reel in a little bit, get it up in the water column, and then free spool it and let it fall back down through that water column. I'm just gonna do that over and over, working our way in a fan type motion. We're gonna fan cast, cover some water here, see what we can find along the way. Hope you're having fun and learning along with me. And there's another one. All right, guys, Simple Yak here amongst the kelp. Thought I'd show you what I'm using and how I'm using it. This is my Shimano Tranx 201 HG reel spooled with 40-pound braid to a 25-pound fluorocarbon leader. That fluorocarbon is Blue Label Seagar. That's my favorite. It's very abrasion resistant and really good for out here in the kelp. 25-pound kind of feels like it pulls like 30. I've got a angler's clip on there to a 1-ounce ice hookup baits. And yeah, the hookup baits really seem to work for me out here. I know it's a lot of just up and down vertical fishing. I know people love burning and all the swim baits and stuff, but this is honestly my favorite because it produces for me. I've caught barracuda, I've caught bonito, I've caught personal best bass on this thing out here. And what we're doing is we're just covering ground, basically. We're getting in the current, letting the current push us along over the top of those kelps. And as we see them, we're just going to go ahead and drop it on down there. Don't be afraid to snag. Being snag is part of the game. Once it hits the bottom, we'll give it a couple pops, turn it up, put it back in free spool, let it go down, depending on how much speed and how much area we have to work. And we're just going to go ahead and do this a couple hundred times until we get some results. For me, it's fun just traveling the distance and seeing what's home. If nothing's home, you know, there's always another opportunity a second away. So what we got to do is stay patient. It may take a while, but we'll get them on this. Anyways, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Hope you're learning and laughing along the way with me. And I'll see you soon, hopefully with a fish on the end of this line. I just keep going back to what I'm comfortable with, and that's the ice. I mean, look how bit up this thing is, you know? Let's get it a little closer. Cool to get one on the retrieve though. Oh, I saw him come up and get it. I saw him come up and get it. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Let's go. Stay on. Stay on, baby. Come on. Oh, let's go. Patience will be rewarded. Oh my gosh, dude. That has been all day fishing. Woo! Finally, man. Finally. Thank you, buddy. Beautiful. Alright, that's that. Say goodbye. See you, buddy. I think that makes me 3 for 6 today. 3 for 6. Let's go. You know, sometimes you just gotta stay persistent. Never give up. That's today's fishing lesson. Keep casting. Just keep casting. And again, on the ice. 1 ounce ice. Woo! On the new Tranx 201 HG, the St. Croix Mojo Bass 7.1 medium heavy, baby. Let's go. That was fun. I saw him come out of the kelp and grab it. That's so sick. Woo! Finally. That day was gonna be rough. But you know, you catch a couple more fish and all of a sudden you're geeking. Whew! I hope I was recording, that's all I know. Hey guys, Simple Yak back with you in the kelp. Thought I'd show you what I'm using. I got my Offshore Angler Inshore Extreme rods, rated 1 to 3 ounces. I got my Daiwa Regal LT 4000, good size for out here. And then I got a 1 ounce ice hookup baits. We're just going up to these kelp lines, dropping vertically up and down. It's a lot easier with the spinning gear. Cowabunga, baby. Woo! Come on. Ooh. Bite me, baby. Good one. Woo! No way. On the straight throw. Freaking good one, too. Another 16, baby. Good one. Heck yeah. He's done battle before. He's got a big old split lip, but oh baby, let's go. Woo! Let's go. Let's not get pushed into the rock. Thanks for the fight. Have a good one. Get out of here. Let's go, baby. Woo! That makes 3 on the retrieve that time in 12 foot of water. But I'm telling you, the ice, you can fish it vertically, but man, you can throw it and retrieve it through the kelp. You can still get them. 5/8 ice, baby, old faithful. Anyway, keeping it simple out here. Let's go. Oh, it's real clear down here now too. That's probably why. I'm like 13 foot of water. I need to not. Oh, I'm stoked. Geeking. I needed this so bad. Oh, it's a giant. 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 Please stay. Oh, baby. It's a giant. It's a freaking giant. Woo! Let's go! Let's go! Oh, baby. Now that is the bass. Holy. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, look at that, baby. Ooh, let's go. Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's 16 inches, dude. Oh my god, thank you. Oh, yeah. Wow. Wow. That might have been my biggest bass. Oh my god. Woo! He munched me. Oh, munched me good. But it doesn't get any better than that, baby. Fishing's fun. Oh, I got pelicans diving on stuff over there. Got the beach club. Come on now. Come on now. Just caught 5 fish in the last 1 hour after getting skunked until then. So, you know, stay persistent is the name of the game today. Stay persistent and you'll be rewarded at some point. Like, we're almost out of kelp here. You've had a fun time taking a backseat ride with me as I troll and fish with lures along the kelp here in Redondo Beach, Malaga Cove, PV Cove. It was a tough one for me today. I think I missed 4 or 5 fish. I missed 1 on the troll. I know I missed 2 or 3 bites on the tube bait and swim bait as well, but it was fun. The catches we did manage. This new rod and reel combo is fun, and we'll keep learning bait casters as we go. Thumb in the spool and everything. So yeah, thanks for sharing some time with me. I had a great time. Hope you did too. Remember to do something that makes you happy, like fishing does for me. Anyways, my family, my friends, my fishermen, I'll see you in the next one. Roll the outro, Jerry. Ew. Cowabunga, baby. Woo! Yes. Woo! Giant. It's a giant.